Quran Kareem, chapter 6 says, Al-Anaam. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. All praise is due to Allah who created the heavens and the earth and made the darkness and the light. Yet those who disbelieve set up equals with their Lord. He it is who created you from clay, then he decreed a term, and there is a term named with him. Still you doubt. And he is Allah in the heavens and in the earth. He knows your secret thoughts and your open words, and he knows what you earn. And there does not come to them any communication of the communications of their Lord, but they turn aside from it. So they have indeed rejected the truth when it came to them. Therefore, the truth of what they mocked at will shine upon them. Do they not consider how many a generation we have destroyed before them, whom we had established in the earth as we have not established you? And we sent the clouds pouring rain on them in abundance, and we made the rivers to flow beneath them. Then we destroyed them on account of their faults and raised up after them another generation. And if we had sent to you a writing on a paper, then they had touched it with their hands. Certainly those who disbelieve would have said, this is nothing but clear enchantment. And they say, why has not an angel been sent down to him? And had we sent down an angel, the matter would have certainly been decided, and then they would not have been respited. And if we had made him angel, we would certainly have made him a man, and we would certainly have made confused to them what they make confused. What they make confused. And certainly apostles before you were mocked at, but that which they mocked at encompassed the scoffers among them. Say, travel in the land, then see what was the end of the rejectors. Say, to whom belongs what is in the heavens and the earth? Say to Allah, He has ordained mercy on Himself. Most certainly He will gather you on the resurrection day. There is no doubt about it. As for those who have lost their souls, they will not believe. And to him belongs whatever dwells in the night and the day, and he is the hearing, the knowing. Say, shall I take a guardian besides Allah, the originator of the heavens and the earth, and he feeds others and is not himself fed? Say, I am commanded to be the first who submits himself, and you should not be of the polytheists. Say, surely I fear if I disobey my Lord, the chastisement of a grievous day. He from whom it is averted on that day, Allah indeed has shown mercy to him, and this is a manifest achievement. And if Allah touch you with affliction, there is none to take it off but He. And if He visit you with good, then He has power over all things. And He is the supreme above His servants, and He is the wise, the aware. Say, what thing is the greatest in testimony? Say, Allah is witness between you and me, and this Quran has been revealed to me that with it I may warn you and whomsoever it reaches. Do you really bear witness that there are other gods with Allah? Say, I do not bear witness. Say, He is only one Allah, and surely I am clear of that which you set up with Him. Those whom we have given the book recognize Him as they recognize their sons. As for those who have lost their souls, they will not believe. And who is more unjust than he who forges a lie against Allah, or he who gives the lie to his communications? Surely the unjust will not be successful. And on the day when we shall gather them all together, then shall we say to those who associated others with Allah, where are your associates whom you asserted? Then their excuse would be nothing but that they would say, by Allah our Lord, we were not polytheists. See how they lie against their own souls, and that which they forged has passed away from them. And of them is he who hearkens to you, and we have cast wheels over their hearts, lest they understand it, and a heaviness into their eyes, and even if they see every sign, they will not believe in it. So much so that when they come to you, they only dispute with you. Those who disbelieve say, this is not but the stories of the ancients. And they prohibit others from it and go far away from it, and they only bring destruction upon their own souls while they do not perceive. And could you see when they are made to stand before the fire? Then they shall say, would that we were sent back, and we would not reject the communications of our Lord, and we would be of the believers. Nay, what they concealed before shall become manifest to them, and if they were sent back, they would certainly go back to that which they are forbidden, and most surely they are liars. And they say, there is nothing but our life of this world, and we shall not be raised. And could you see when they are made to stand before their Lord? He will say, is not this the truth? They will say, yeah, by our Lord. He will say, taste then the chastisement because you disbelieved. They are losers indeed who reject the meeting of Allah until when the hour comes upon them all of a sudden they shall say, oh, our grief for our neglecting it, and they shall bear their burdens on their backs. Now surely evil is that which they bear. And this world's life is not but a play and an idle sport, and certainly the abode of the hereafter is better for those who guard against evil. Do you not then understand? We know indeed that what they say certainly grieves you, but surely they do not call you a liar, but the unjust deny the communications of Allah. And certainly apostles before you were rejected, but they were patient on being rejected and persecuted until our help came to them. And there is none to change the words of Allah, and certainly there has come to you some information about the apostles. And if their turning away is hard on you, then if you can seek an opening to go down into the earth or a ladder to ascend up to heaven so that you should bring them a sign, and if Allah had pleased, He would certainly have gathered them all on guidance. Therefore, be not of the ignorant. Only those accept who listen, and as to the dead, Allah will raise them, then to Him they shall be returned. And they say, why has not a sign been sent down to him from his Lord? Say, surely Allah is able to send down a sign, but most of them do not know. And there is no animal that walks upon the earth, nor a bird that flies with its two wings, but they are genera like yourselves. We have not neglected anything in the book, then to their Lord shall they be gathered. And they who reject our communications are deaf and dumb in utter darkness. Whom Allah pleases, He causes to err, and whom He pleases, He puts on the right way. Say, tell me, if the chastisement of Allah should overtake you or the hour should come upon you, will you call on others besides Allah if you are truthful? Nay, Him you call upon, so He clears away that for which you pray if He pleases, and you forget what you set up with Him. And certainly we sent apostles to nations before you, then we seized them with distress and affliction in order that they might humble themselves. Yet why did they not, when our punishment came to them, humble themselves? But their hearts hardened, and the shaitan made what they did fair seeming to them. But when they neglected that with which they had been admonished, we opened for them the doors of all things, until when they rejoiced in what they were given, we seized them suddenly. Then lo, they were in utter despair. So the roots of the people who were unjust were cut off, and all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Say, have you considered that if Allah takes away your hearing and your sight and sets a seal on your hearts, who is the God besides Allah that can bring it to you? See how we repeat the communications, yet they turn away. Say, have you considered if the chastisement of Allah should overtake you suddenly or openly, will any be destroyed but the unjust people? And we send not apostles but as announcers of good news and givers of warning. Then whoever believes and acts aright, they shall have no fear, nor shall they grieve. And as for those who reject our communications, chastisement shall afflict them because they transgressed. Say, I do not say to you, I have with me the treasures of Allah, nor do I know the unseen, nor do I say to you that I am an angel. I do not follow aught save that which is revealed to me. Say, are the blind and the seeing one alike? Do you not then reflect? And warn with it those who fear that they shall be gathered to their Lord. There is no guardian for them, nor any intercessor besides him, that they may guard against evil. And do not drive away those who call upon their Lord in the morning and the evening. They desire only His favor. Neither are you answerable for any reckoning of theirs, nor are they answerable for any reckoning of yours, so that you should drive them away and thus be of the unjust. And thus do we try some of them by others, so that they say, are these they upon whom Allah has conferred benefit from among us? Does not Allah best know the grateful? And when those who believe in our communications come to you, say, Peace be on you. Your Lord has ordained mercy on himself, so that if any one of you does evil in ignorance, then turns after that and acts aright, then he is forgiving, merciful. And thus do we make distinct the communications, and so that the way of the guilty may become clear. Say, I am forbidden to serve those whom you call upon besides Allah. Say, I do not follow your low desires, for then indeed I should have gone astray, and I should not be of those who go aright. Say, surely I have manifest proof from my Lord, and you call it a lie. I have not with me that which you would hasten. The judgment is only Allah's. He relates the truth, and He is the best of deciders. Say, if that which you desire to hasten were with me, the matter would have certainly been decided between you and me, and Allah best knows the unjust. And with him are the keys of the unseen treasures. None knows them but he, and he knows what is in the land and the sea, and there falls not a leaf but he knows it, nor a grain in the darkness of the earth, nor anything green nor dry, but it is all in a clear book. And he it is who takes your souls at night in sleep, and he knows what you acquire in the day. Then he raises you up therein that an appointed term may be fulfilled. Then to him is your return. Then he will inform you of what you are doing. And he is the supreme above his servants, and he sends keepers over you until when death comes to one of you, our apostles cause him to die, and they are not remiss. Then are they sent back to Allah, their Master, the True One. Now surely his is the judgment, and he is swiftest in taking account. Say, who is it that delivers you from the dangers of the land and the sea when you call upon him openly, humiliating yourselves and in secret? If he delivers us from this, we should certainly be of the grateful ones. Say, Allah delivers you from them and from every distress. But again, you set up others with him. Say, he has the power that he should send you on a chastisement from above you or from beneath your feet, or that he should throw you into confusion, making you of different parties, and make some of you taste the fighting of others. See how we repeat the communications that they may understand. And your people call it a lie, and it is the very truth. Say, I am not placed in charge of you. For every prophecy is a term, and you will come to know it. And when you see those who enter into false discourses about our communications, withdraw from them until they enter into some other discourse. And if the shaitan causes you to forget, then do not sit after recollection with the unjust people. And naught of the reckoning of their deeds shall be against those who guard against evil, but theirs is only to remind, haply they may guard. And leave those who have taken the religion for a play and an idle sport, and whom this world's life has deceived. And remind them thereby lest a soul should be given up to destruction for what it has earned. It shall not have besides Allah any guardian nor an intercessor. And if it should seek to give every compensation, it shall not be accepted from it. These are they who shall be given up to destruction for what they earned. They shall have a drink of boiling water and a painful chastisement because they disbelieved. Say, shall we call on that besides Allah, which does not benefit us nor harm us? And shall we be returned back on our heels after Allah has guided us, like him whom the shaitans have made to fall down perplexed in the earth? He has companions who call him to the right way, saying, come to us. Say, surely the guidance of Allah, that is the true guidance, and we are commanded that we should submit to the Lord of the worlds, and that you should keep up prayer and be careful of your duty to him, and he it is to whom you shall be gathered. And he it is who has created the heavens and the earth with truth. And on the day he says, be it is his word is the truth, and his is the kingdom on the day when trumpet shall be blown, the knower of the unseen and the seen, and he is the wise, the aware. And when Ibrahim said to his sire Azar, do you take idols for gods? Surely I see you and your people in manifest error. And thus did we show Ibrahim the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, and that he might be of those who are sure. So when the night overshadowed him, he saw a star. Said he, is this my Lord? So when it set, he said, I do not love the setting ones. Then when he saw the moon rising, he said, is this my Lord? So when it set, he said, if my Lord had not guided me, I should certainly be of the erring people. Then when he saw the sun rising, he said, is this my Lord? Is this the greatest? So when it set, he said, O my people, surely I am clear of what you set up with Allah. Surely I have turned myself being upright, holy to him who originated the heavens and the earth, and I am not of the polytheists. And his people disputed with him. He said, do you dispute with me respecting Allah? And he has guided me indeed, and I do not fear in any way those that you set up with him, unless my Lord pleases. My Lord comprehends all things in his knowledge. Will you not then mind? And how should I fear what you have set up with him, while you do not fear that you have set up with Allah that for which he has not sent down to you any authority, which then of the two parties is surer of security, if you know. Those who believe and do not mix up their faith with iniquity, those who are they who shall have the security, and they are those who go aright. And this was our argument which we gave to Ibrahim against his people. We exalt in dignity whom we please. Surely your Lord is wise, knowing. And we gave to him Ishaq and Yaqub, each did we guide, and Nuh did we guide before, and of his descendants, Dawood and Suleiman, and Ayub and Yusuf, and Musa and Harun. And thus do we reward those who do good to others. And Zachariah and Yahya and Isa and Elias, everyone was of the good. And Ismail and Al-Yasha and Yunus and Lut, and everyone we made to excel in the worlds. And from among their fathers and their descendants and their brethren, and we chose them and guided them into the right way. This is Allah's guidance. He guides thereby whom He pleases of His servants. And if they had set up others with Him, certainly what they did would have become ineffectual for them. These are they to whom we gave the book and the wisdom and the prophecy. Therefore, if these disbelieve in it, we have already entrusted with it a people who are not disbelievers in it. These are they whom Allah guided, therefore follow their guidance. Say, I do not ask you for any reward for it. It is nothing but a reminder to the nations. And they do not assign to Allah the attributes due to Him when they say, Allah has not revealed anything to a mortal. Say, who revealed the book which Musa brought, a light and a guidance to men, which you make into scattered writings, which you show while you conceal much. And you were taught what you did not know, neither you nor your fathers. Say, Allah then leave them sporting in their vain discourses. And this is a book we have revealed blessed, verifying that which is before it, and that you may warn the metropolis and those around her. And those who believe in the hereafter believe in it, and they attend to their prayers constantly. And who is more unjust than he who forges a lie against Allah, or says, it has been revealed to me, while nothing has been revealed to him, and he who says, I can reveal the like of what Allah has revealed. And if you had seen when the unjust shall be in the agonies of death, and the angels shall spread forth their hands, give up your souls. Today shall you be recompensed with an ignominious chastisement because you spoke against Allah other than the truth, and because you showed pride against His communications. And certainly you have come to us alone as we created you at first, and you have left behind your backs the things which we gave you, and we do not see with you your intercessors about whom you asserted that they were Allah's associates in respect to you. Certainly the ties between you are now cut off, and what you asserted is gone from you. Surely Allah causes the grain and the stone to germinate. He brings forth the living from the dead, and He is the bringer forth of the dead from the living. That is Allah. How are you then turned away? He causes the dawn to break, and He has made the night for rest, and the sun and the moon for reckoning. This is an arrangement of the mighty, the knowing. And He it is who has made the stars for you, that you might follow the right way, thereby in the darkness of the land and the sea. Truly, we have made plain the communications for a people who know. And He it is who has brought you into being from a single soul. Then there is for you a resting place and a depository. Indeed, we have made plain the communications for a people who understand. And He it is who sends down water from the cloud. Then we bring forth with it buds of all plants. Then we bring forth from it green foliage from which we produce grain piled up in the air, and of the palm tree, of the sheaths of it come forth clusters of dates within reach, and gardens of grapes and olives and pomegranates alike and unlike. Behold the fruit of it when it yields the fruit, and the ripening of it. Most surely there are signs in this for a people who believe. And they make the jinn associates with Allah while He created them, and they falsely attribute to Him sons and daughters without knowledge. Glory be to Him, and highly exalted is He above what they ascribe to Him. Wonderful originator of the heavens and the earth. How could He have a son when He has no consort, and He Himself created everything, and He is the knower of all things? That is Allah, your Lord. There is no God but He, the Creator of all things. Therefore, serve Him, and He has charge of all things. Vision comprehends Him not, and He comprehends all vision, and He is the knower of subtleties, the aware. Indeed, there have come to you clear proofs from your Lord. Whoever will therefore see, it is for his own soul, and whoever will be blind, it shall be against himself, and I am not a keeper over you. And thus do we repeat the communications, and that they may say, you have read, and that we may make it clear to a people who know. Follow what is revealed to you from your Lord. There is no God but He, and withdraw from the polytheists. And if Allah had pleased, they would not have set up others with Him, and we have not appointed you a keeper over them, and you are not placed in charge of them. And do not abuse those whom they call upon besides Allah, lest exceeding the limits they should abuse Allah out of ignorance. Thus have we made fair seeming to every people their deeds, then to their Lord shall be their return, so He will inform them of what they did. And they swear by Allah with the strongest of their oaths, that if a sign came to them, they would most certainly believe in it. Say, signs are only with Allah, and what should make you know that when it comes, they will not believe? And we will turn their hearts and their sights, even as they did not believe in it the first time. And we will leave them in their inordinancy, blindly wandering on. And even if we had sent down to them the angels, and the dead had spoken to them, and we had brought together all things before them, they would not believe unless Allah pleases. But most of them are ignorant. And thus did we make for every prophet an enemy, the shaitans from among men and jinn, some of them suggesting to others varnished falsehood to deceive them. And had your Lord pleased, they would not have done it. Therefore, leave them and that which they forge, and that the hearts of those who do not believe in the hereafter may incline to it, and that they may be well pleased with it, and that they may earn what they are going to earn of evil. Shall I then seek a judge other than Allah? And He it is who has revealed to you the book which is made plain, and those whom we have given the book know that it is revealed by your Lord with truth. Therefore, you should not be of the disputers. And the word of your Lord has been accomplished truly and justly. There is none who can change his words, and he is the hearing, the knowing. And if you obey most of those in the earth, they will lead you astray from Allah's way. They follow but conjecture, and they only lie. Surely your Lord, He best knows who goes astray from His way, and He best knows those who follow the right course. Therefore, eat of what on which Allah's name has been mentioned if you are believers in His communications. And what reason have you that you should not eat of that on which Allah's name has been mentioned? And He has already made plain to you what He has forbidden to you, accepting what you are compelled to, and most surely many would lead people astray by their low desires out of ignorance. Surely your Lord, He best knows those who exceed the limits and abandon open and secret sin. Surely they who earn sin shall be recompensed with what they earned. And do not eat of that on which Allah's name has not been mentioned, and that is most surely a transgression. And most surely the shaitans suggest to their friends that they should contend with you. And if you obey them, you shall most surely be polytheists. So he who was dead, then we raised him to life and made for him a light by which he walks among the people, like him whose likeness is that of one in utter darkness whence he cannot come forth. Thus, what they did was made fair seeming to the unbelievers. And thus have we made in every town the great ones to be its guilty ones, that they may plan therein, and they do not plan but against their own souls, and they do not perceive. And when a communication comes to them, they say, "We will not believe till we are given the like of what Allah's apostles are given." Allah best knows where He places His message. There shall befall those who are guilty humiliation from Allah and severe chastisement because of what they plan. Therefore, for whomsoever Allah intends that He would guide him aright, He expands his breast for Islam, and for whomsoever He intends that He should cause him to err, He makes his breast straight and narrow as though he were ascending upwards. Thus does Allah lay uncleanliness on those who do not believe. And this is the path of your Lord, a right path. Indeed, we have made the communications clear for a people who mind. They shall have the abode of peace with their Lord, and He is their guardian because of what they did. And on the day when He shall gather them all together, O assembly of jinn, you took away a great part of mankind, and their friends from among the men shall say, our Lord, some of us profited by others, and we have reached our appointed term which thou didst appoint for us. He shall say, the fire is your abode to abide in it, except as Allah is pleased. Surely your Lord is wise, knowing. And thus do we make some of the iniquitous to befriend others on account of what they earned. O assembly of jinn and men, did there not come to you apostles from among you, relating to you my communications and warning you of the meeting of this day of yours? They shall say, we bear witness against ourselves, and this world's life deceived them, and they shall bear witness against their own souls that they were unbelievers. This is because your Lord would not destroy towns unjustly while their people were negligent. And all have degrees according to what they do, and your Lord is not heedless of what they do. And your Lord is the self sufficient one, the Lord of mercy. If He pleases, He may take you off and make whom He pleases successors after you, even as He raised you up from the seed of another people. Surely what you are threatened with must come to pass, and you cannot escape it. Say, O my people, act according to your ability. I too am acting. So you will soon come to know for whom of us will be the good end of the abode. Surely the unjust shall not be successful. And they set apart a portion for Allah out of what He has created of tilth and cattle, and say, this is for Allah. So they assert, and this for our associates. Then what is for their associates, it reaches not to Allah. And whatever is set apart for Allah, it reaches to their associates. Evil is that which they judge. And thus their associates have made fair seeming to most of the polytheists the killing of their children, that they may cause them to perish and obscure for them their religion. And if Allah had pleased, they would not have done it. Therefore, leave them and that which they forge. And they say, these are cattle and tilth prohibited, none shall eat them except such as we please. So they assert, and cattle whose backs are forbidden, and cattle on which they would not mention Allah's name, forging a lie against Him. He shall requite them for what they forged. And they say, what is in the wombs of these cattle is especially for our males and forbidden to our wives. And if it be stillborn, then they are all partners in it. He will reward them for their attributing falsehood to Allah. Surely He is wise, knowing. They are lost indeed who kill their children foolishly without knowledge and forbid what Allah has given to them, forging a lie against Allah. They have indeed gone astray, and they are not the followers of the right course. And He it is who produces gardens of vine, trellised and untrellised, and palms and seed produce, of which the fruits are of various sorts, and olives and pomegranates, like and unlike. Eat of its fruits when it bears fruit, and pay the due of it on the day of its reaping. And do not act extravagantly. Surely He does not love the extravagant. And of cattle He created beasts of burden, and those which are fit for slaughter only. Eat of what Allah has given you, and do not follow the footsteps of the shaitan. Surely he is your open enemy. 8 in pairs, 2 of sheep and 2 of goats. Say, has He forbidden the 2 males or the 2 females, or that which the wombs of the 2 females contain? Inform me with knowledge if you are truthful. and two of camels and two of cows. Say, has he forbidden the two males of the two females, or that which the wombs of the two females contain? Or were you witnesses when Allah enjoined you this? Who then is more unjust than he who forges a lie against Allah that he should lead astray men without knowledge? Surely Allah does not guide the unjust people. Say, I do not find in that which has been revealed to me anything forbidden for an eater to eat of except that it be what has died of itself, or blood poured forth, or flesh of swine. For that surely is unclean, or that which is a transgression, other than the name of Allah having been invoked on it. But whoever is driven to necessity, not desiring nor exceeding the limit, then surely your Lord is forgiving, merciful. And to those who were Jews, we made unlawful every animal having claws. And of oxen and sheep, we made unlawful to them the fat of both, except such as was on their backs, or the entrails, or what was mixed with bones. This was a punishment we gave them on account of their rebellion, and we are surely truthful. But if they give you the lie, then say, your Lord is the Lord of all encompassing mercy, and his punishment cannot be averted from the guilty people. Those who are polytheists will say, if Allah had pleased, we would not have associated out with him, nor our fathers, nor would we have forbidden to ourselves anything. Even so did those before them reject until they tasted our punishment. Say, have you any knowledge with you, so you should bring it forth to us? You only follow a conjecture and you only tell lies. Say, then Allah's is the conclusive argument. So if He please, He would certainly guide you all. Say, bring your witnesses who should bear witness that Allah has forbidden this. Then, if they bear witness, do not bear witness with them, and follow not the low desires of those who reject our communications and of those who do not believe in the hereafter, and they make others equal to their Lord. Say, come, I will recite what your Lord has forbidden to you. Remember that you do not associate anything with him, and show kindness to your parents, and do not slay your children for fear of poverty. We provide for you and for them, and do not draw nigh to indecencies, those of them which are apparent and those which are concealed. And do not kill the soul which Allah has forbidden except for the requirements of justice. This He has enjoined you with that you may understand. And do not approach the property of the orphan except in the best manner until he attains his maturity, and give full measure and weight with justice. We do not impose on any soul a duty except to the extent of its ability. And when you speak, then be just, though it be against a relative, and fulfill Allah's covenant. This He has enjoined you, with that you may be mindful. And know that this is my path, the right one, therefore follow it, and follow not other ways, for they will lead you away from His way. This He has enjoined you, with that you may guard against evil. Again, we gave the book to Musa to complete our blessings on him who would do good to others and making plain all things, and a guidance and a mercy, so that they should believe in the meeting of their Lord. And this is the book we have revealed, blessed, therefore follow it and guard against evil, that mercy may be shown to you. Lest you say that the book was only revealed to two parties before us, and we were truly unaware of what they read, or what they read. Or lest you should say, if the book has been revealed to us, we would certainly have been better guided than they. So indeed, there has come to you clear proof from your Lord, and guidance and mercy. Who then is more unjust than he who rejects Allah's communications and turns away from them? We will reward those who turn away from our communications with an evil chastisement because they turned away. They do not wait aught but that the angels should come to them, or that your Lord should come, or that some of the signs of your Lord should come. On the day when some of the signs of your Lord shall come, its faith shall not profit a soul which did not believe before, or earn good through its faith. Say, wait, we too are waiting. Surely they who divided their religion into parts and became sects, you have no concern with them. Their affair is only with Allah. Then He will inform them of what they did. Whoever brings a good deed, he shall have 10 like it, and whoever brings an evil deed, he shall be recompensed only with the like of it, and they shall not be dealt with unjustly. Say, surely as for me, my Lord has guided me to the right path, to a most right religion, the faith of Ibrahim, the upright one, and he was not of the polytheists. Say, surely my prayer and my sacrifice and my life and my death are all for Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate has he, and his am I commanded, and I am the first of those who submit. Say, what shall I seek a Lord other than Allah? And He is the Lord of all things, and no soul earns evil but against itself, and no bearer of burden shall bear the burden of another. Then to your Lord is your return, so He will inform you of that in which you differed. And He it is who has made you successors in the land and raised some of you above others by various grades, that He might try you by what He has given you. Surely your Lord is quick to requite evil, and He is most surely the forgiving, the merciful.